Why, hello. So, yeah, I've got some heavy packet loss right now. I've restarted everything on my computer, all the way through the router, cable modem, everything. Cox is just fucking me. Moment. So, I have never played through Mist at all. I've started a couple times, but like I've never even tried playing it with effort at all. I owned it back on CD-ROM back in the day. Um, and I really don't know why I never played it. Like, I was always into point and click adventure games. I loved Journeyman Man Project. Those games are fantastic. I love Monkey Island, but Myst I just never got around to playing. It's been on the old backlog, so we're gonna fix that. So I've got I I wasn't sure. I've been told to take notes, so I've got a notebook. I also got graph paper because I'm not sure if I'm gonna need like if there's like spatial puzzles in this or not. Uh, but we're gonna try and go into this as blind as possible and see what happens.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
kind of wish all books had that feature. Like, just play me a movie. So here's the real debate, though. Which is better, the book or movie version? This is like the ultimate paradox. It's both. Uh, Jerome, I think. That's weird. Okay, if you right click, you can just free look. But other than that, you have to move the mouse to sides. All right. Hmm. Okay. So we got a triangle down position. The boat. I don't have a jump. Okay. We got like have triangles, which is huh. Okay. So I imagine that I'm gonna find dates and times to plug into that thing. Ooh. Yeah, I think we're in this movement. Oh, hey. Okay. We got an electrical wire, it looks like. Ooh, hey. No, stay down. Okay. What do we got in here? Got tower rotation.
Live. Bring me a red. I can't see it. I need a red light. You must. Bring. I beg of bring.
Bring me a red. Uh. Oh. Hello. Okay. I've called this age Channelwood. Very different, and it is a very different world, though exactly how I imagined it. It is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covered as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago. They appear aged. Eager to discover more about this land and its people, I have arrived here. I must. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I had. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. Not seen me yet. I was threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Said they enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange, beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up the grand tree. It is very interesting watching these carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be their leader, for he sat a meter off the floor in a thick throne, guards surrounding the strong creature who was dressed in many exotic colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human, at least to some extent he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to. But what a surprise! This creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human. He is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he had not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. Following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was the vast island. They interacted very little. Humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly, some sort of tectonic or volcanic action. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to audio output on my streaming computer. There we go. Sorry about that. Um, then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day, things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. Humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees, where they gradually died out, maybe because they were unequipped for such environment, but I am not sure. This is the story of the old man. This is the story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own, yet the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there. And the tree dwellers worship him and apparently all humans they were as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and sleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with a sort of immediate dread. With such effort, with much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. Three dwellers quietly surrounded him with solemn faces. They then kneeled before him, walked to each, placed his hand on their heads. All the while he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off of the narrow path high in the trees. Tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen onto a lower level of walkway and carry it away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As this strange funeral proceeded, waters around the pier changed to a dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. Water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wander throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn more from them. I have lived on this world for 3 months, off and on. and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Cirrus and Akinar react to its curious inhabitants. I feel like those are names I should remember. Catherine, as is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. Okay, so the sons came. After I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow. Check on Osmoian age. So are the ages different worlds? Why, hello there, Gaia. Good to see you this evening. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I, I warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seemed to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Much to my what the hell? Much to my dismay, each age is a different world. Okay, all right. Upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to wow, okay, are continuing to be menaced by the Noctic. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Cirrus and Akinar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Akinar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood again, and for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Cirrus and Akinar are staying behind again. I have been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Akinar about Pran's death today. They are visibly shaken, although they only remembered her from their childhood. Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Cirrus and Akinar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seems they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and am reminded of my own adventures as a child. I almost wonder if the colored ink isn't something. It's been blue, it's been red, and it's so far. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many ink and insisting I write with them. Here we go. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were to various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow to my son, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over the request. I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. Travel are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit them. Okay, that fine. Future Bridge. There's like a whole other ghost image here. That's the best I've got. I don't know if I'll need it or not. I'm assuming that tree hut is just telling me that there's something up in the trees. Ah, okay. Man, how many books are in this shelf? Okay. A burned book. 4 burned books. Man, it's practically Texas. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were, a group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This is where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby. Yeah, it will be fun to go back through. In the middle of a large sea. This was where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks as it was never too far of a distance. One day, another person appeared on the rocks. Like a drink. There's a book for each. Yeah, hey, that's spoilers. Spoilers, no. Bad mod. Let's see. Emmett named his new person. Okay. One day, another person appeared on the rocks for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzling, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. It was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. I too noticed many boys swimming growing up. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy will be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least that is the story I was told when I arrived on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. How are you doing, Gron? Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree, on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was it was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand. Wow. Okay, so Cox just decided to make the stream skip. Good job, Cox. I know the company's name is Cox, but they really need to stop fucking things up. Like, what the fuck are they even doing on a Saturday night? Like, I've got 74% drop frames right now. 1 second. Just checking to see if there's anything. I'm just gonna have to try and work through it. I don't think that there's anything I can do. Cox will just magically stop whatever the fuck they're doing. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they. I still do not fully understand what happened today. Got a picture of the boat. Okay, now the boat was sunk. Experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to me by father. This must be the journal of one of the two sons, right? I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoy it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day, even though the boat cannot move. I have enjoyed studying from it. It is much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks in the course of my observations. I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. Got a sketch for a submersible lamp. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named a number of the constellations that pass above me. Also, during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon, which I have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by additional people on far off islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. Rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me. I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light toward the horizon it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They'd be curious about the light and travel to discover its source if they have the means. I returned with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks of the lighthouse on the lighthouse now, and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I have had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. Boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished, and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening, we powered up the generator, much to the boys' first dread at first, and shined a great light on the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse, and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbors. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art that will have a more profound impact on this world than I could have ever written, I think. Stone Ship Age. Think of it I think of it this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open some day in the future, only discover that it has changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems that I'm going to need some way to travel underwater and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original three boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new materials they have discovered. It seems that they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition and looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet I have noted that the entire rock it was built on sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. Okay. This looks to be some kind of a key. Sneck constellation. It's not a spider because it's only got 6 legs, but might as well be a spider. Oh, there's so many. Who's that Pokemon? Okay. What the Okay.
Serious?
Cirrus.
Are
That's
you? See you. You know.
Hey, we got a model of the boat that's sunk. Well, I should be able to brute force that. That's no issue. Let's see. Power to ship. Okay, well, I wonder if I can go that switch. Nope. Oh, what is happening? I have what? Way to see the stars? Really? Can't really see them. It would be really nice if the game would progress back to, day. Tiana? Grave marker. Assuming it's a grave marker, it might not be. I feel like this is the puzzle that I have the most information to work with. Just to say I have no information. Power to ship, generator switches. It's like if there was a... There's gotta be... I gotta be looking for more books or something. Oh, you had to close the door for... Yeah, God. E. Book. Okay. Well... power room. Well, okay. Guess I need to figure out where I need to rotate it. Okay. We have to go outside and look. Seems like Cox is behaving now. Oh. I have. See it. Fuck. Can't see it. Day night cycle actually part of it? Or is it like I don't want to. Okay. It'd be nice if the flashlight actually let me see it there. I don't think I read this book. Get to you in a second. Sure, I clicked on it though. Ooh, we can see out of that one. Black. Oh, here we go. We got some times. Okay. Dates and times. 9791. Wow. Okay. We're gonna plug those into the computer here in a second. Oh, that's weird. I don't think that's intended. I can't tell if I'm supposed to. Ah. Is that audio too loud or is that good? Okay. That gives me a constellation. And I believe that one is the maple. I guess it's not maple leaf, but it's. That's the at 5:46 a.m. That's Snick. And 20. 97, 91. And that one is... I believe it's Spider, but not Spider. Calling it Spider. Okay. Now the light switch in this room makes a lot more sense. Imagine the light switch would make it easier to see. Okay, so the lighthouse is aimed at the boat. I guess it's... Sorry, it's not a lighthouse. It's a... Not even a telescope, but it's like a telescope. Observatory? I guess. We'll see. Beef. Not spider. Okay. Ooh, we got another book. This must be the stone ship era. Yep, it should. Okay, so water, I can't get there. I have a feeling like that would be useful if they... Oh, we guess. Sweet. maybe? Yes, it did. Huh. Okay. Let's see it. Act with. Okay. So, the middle one, dude. Oh, what do we got going here? Got a red page. Water's back in there. Okay. I'm gonna assume that that is this. No, that sure as fuck ain't that. It's the third one. Place then? Oh, it sure is. Wow, okay. Why is it showing me little hand with a page? I can't go back to the. I don't think I can go back to the other timeline yet. But I don't have the key for that. You know, that makes me wonder if I go back and flip the middle one again, if that other... Oh shit! I know what I was supposed to do there. I'm an idiot. Oh, I figured that out. Okay, so that'll drain the place over here. I go and I let the water out, and then I reseal it so it's buoyant. That'll make it rise, I bet. Oh, get off the fucking stick. Oh. I don't want that. Why are you making me interact with the stupid... There we go. Okay. So now it should be buoyant. I'm hoping this is right. If so, it's like it's got WASD movement, right? But like certain spots it gets hung up, and I don't have the option of moving correctly. Like on the stairs there, it just didn't do that at all. Because I was trying to strafe as I walked up, and it just didn't. It was having none of it. Okay, so I have to go check the second entrance, but first I want to come back and... It was, yay. Now if only I had a key, I imagine. Can I hook a chain? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Uh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. There's a wire going. Where's it going? There. I've seen... Oh, we got a blue page. Vault is located the island of turn everyone of something on. You know what? I'm gonna write this down. This is gonna be weird. I basically have to like. It's exactly the. It looks like it's got an L in the next line. It looks like there's an S after marker. Put an S down. Okay. Nice. Okay. Okay, so with the power on, is there? Oh, I can only carry one page at a time? Is that what it's telling me? electricity made that light up. That's... Oh, okay. How do I get back to my age, though? And this, I don't know what to do with yet. I feel like... I have no power here now. Or I guess I didn't... Supposed... Got the red page, and I know where the blue... I don't know... Like, what I'm supposed to do with them. So it discharges over time. Okay, that makes sense. Like... Is there a way to return back? Okay, I'm gonna ask a yes or no question. Um, is there a way to return back to the island that I was on? And I'm just overlooking it? Blue page, but I don't... I need to put them in the book, and I don't have the book. Okay, so it must blink when it's getting low on juice. something here, and I don't know. That drawer stays out. Yep, it sure does. Okay. I didn't see. Uh. It's a book page that got me here, and an inventory? Stone chip era. Yep. Wow, the little save window is live. I didn't realize that. Okay. There's no. Maybe if I touch the two pages together? Kind of a neat looking lamp. I mean, okay. Now I've got the blue page, but still no idea what to do with it. And no idea what this thing does. About the rugs, maybe? That one's blue, blue. You don't seem to be able to interact with those. You know what? Let's try. Nope, it slides back in. Ew. Up to the. Okay. I don't think it's literally anything done. Yeah. It really doesn't know what to do right now. Okay. So this place exists solely to have the battery. Hey, Gaia, legitimate question. I just yes or no. Is there a way to get back to the island to the normal age, the starting age, or am I just overlooking it, or do I have to like, is it do I only return upon triggered events? Yes, there is a way to return. Like immediately, or because I have book pages, like I could go drop them in the books, but I don't know how to get back, or if I can get back. Oh, something. Solve the rest of the puzzles to reach Myst again. Okay, thank you. No. Alright, so... Bed. It's the opposite of escape. Math is hard. Ugh. Angles. It's everywhere. Okay, so it's... $350. Now... If that actually did anything? No, it did. I was wondering if maybe the light from that would go through the... Like if I could somehow... Case though. Yeah, it returns to... Ah, okay. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Pages. Because the pages... I'm assuming... Okay, so... The blue book called out the name Cirrus. So I'm assuming that it's the two brothers. And one is asking for red pages, so I'm assuming that I just slide the blue pages into the other book. How do I get... I can't access the books in Stone Ship Age. I have seen no books. Marker switch. Vault located. Island. Achieved very. Assuming as easily. Instructions are. Follow each of the markers. S. Turn everyone on position. The. As a final step. Confirm something there to the... Yeah, I don't know. Is there more? Is there more in here that I can do? I need to go get another beer. I will be right back. Uh, all right. Cheers, everybody. There's the spot in here that doesn't seem to really have any. It's gotta have this, right? Like, yeah, I've only got a couple left. It's gonna be a long couple days until grocery day. There's this table here, but I don't. Was there actually a day-night cycle in the original? Or is that something that they added to this version? Yeah, I'll pointing that. I found out they so just today, I didn't realize this until today. I found out that they remade Myst again in August of 2021. So there is now an even better version than this, um, which has VR support. Interestingly, yeah, but it's not just VR. You can also play it just normally. But it's yeah, it's even newer than this remaster is. The game's so nice they remastered it twice. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this table? Like, clearly something goes on the table. But, yeah, it doesn't let me. Like, I immediately thought of that as well when from what little I understood of the game, like, I feel like interacting with the puzzles, like, hands-on would be really neat. So, I think. What's my battery look like? Where is it? It's like, oh, hey, we have 6 ketchup bottles here. I know there's that passage. Uh, uh, no, I had seen it. I had been through there once. But I didn't realize that I could interact with the thing on the floor. Okay, so it's still buzzing. Am I out of power? Is that why it's complaining? I await the inevitable, like, somebody has made a music video using just cranks on YouTube. Okay, so I've got to get down there in a hurry. Now we know what that thing's powering. Finally. Whatever that is just kills it immediately. Nothing in there that I can interact with. This is gonna have the red page. Yep. Forest. It's like sunset. Okay, so the battery is clearly related to the compass. Zaps it every time I fuck up. So I guess the question that I have is, what am I supposed to click on it? Doesn't seem obvious to me. You know, Gaia, I am tempted to ask a question, but I don't want to. 60. Okay. Let's. That's pointing at 60. Or if that's. What that is. Okay. D7. That's not right because that should be. That wasn't it. Can't see. Shit. Thing is, I don't even recognize what the rules of that puzzle are. I don't know what I'm looking for. Let me consult the manual and see if I'm missing a command on the keyboard or something that I should be using. Haha, bot, you can't fool me. Yeah, I like free movement better. Still here, and I don't. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this. All right, yes or no question. Is this related to the telescope on top, spyglass or whatever it is? Am I on the right track there? Okay. That looks like those underwater lanterns that were sketchbook. Okay, so this point. So if the two towers that we see outside with wires. that would be north is that direction. This is gonna all hell. There aren't any other towers. It's those two. So okay, I can see the two towers. That means north is pointed that way. This is I just realized there's a tower one. Tower two. That that wasn't tower one and tower two. That was the masts on the ship. See the clearly a walkway, but I don't see the bottoms of the ships, which I would think I would. I don't think. I mean, I suppose I could save scum that, but I. I am gonna take it. My advice is to treat it like any other object in Myst. Take notes in your journal about what kind of interesting things it does. It turns. Like, there's. Well, if you experiment with it, you'll soon discover you need to figure out which button to press. No shit. It turns and it's clearly got the degrees marked on it, right? I wish it would let me move it up and down. I can't quite. That's a mast, which means that the first tower is going to be there. There. That would mean that north is pointed at about 185. 180, 190, somewhere in there. Okay, so if north is actually at 180, I might know. Wait, I'm an idiot. Reese, we shall never speak of this again. Hold on. Okay, I'm a fucking moron. On my circle, I had a full. Am I sure that it's at 180? That north is at 180? I mean, the only two landmarks I have to go by are those two, the two scaffolding towers here that the wires are attached, right? Because I can see those. And then I've got the two, that mast I can see sticking up, and this one here. And north is pointed this way, roughly. No, this way. It's pointed. So okay, if I have the 2 points, the two scaffolding, right? North is pointed like. So, are you fucking with me right now? Is that what you're doing? Okay. I really wish the game would let me see the bottom of the ship. Know if that's right. Okay, so There's only 33 buttons. Like, if there was 38 buttons, it'd be in 10-degree increments, which is what telescope is marked in. Yeah, I did. It's pointed at 60. Unless I'm supposed to just assume that that is north. Okay, so there's no way that that lighthouse can be, because if I'm correct, that's where the battery house is sitting on top of right there, right? Make that. So if I'm looking at the progression of hints correctly, like this is the last puzzle in Stone. Zero degrees is north, which I figured. Pass through different items. Telescope. But the markings that I have, two pylons. The battery house is at like 135. I'm looking at it. Okay, yeah. So, okay, 135, which corresponds direction of southeast. Did I click in southwest? Fuck my life. God damn it. Doing here? Okay. Hey, we have lights down here now. Okay. Well, doesn't really help me. Now it does something. So, can I only get one page at a time? Do I have to come back? Cause like, it's only letting me pick up one or the other. Or do I have to make a choice? We've got the blue one now, so let's go back. Okay.
He returned. He wouldn't protect. The pages rescue me. I'm Achenar. My brother, I beg you. To be complete. Always blue pages. Listen to him. Not listen to my brother. An egotistical fool and a liar. Bring me the blue pages. The red ones. Don't bring the red ones. I implore you.
Well, he doesn't seem entirely sane. 'Cause, I mean, they're like kind of coded like red good or red bad, blue good, but I did find the blue page in the uh, room with all the bones, whereas the red page is in the really nice.
You've returned. Thank you for bringing the red page. You must continue to help. My name is Sirius. I beg you to find the remaining red pages. You must
I beg you to find the remaining red pages.
release me from this book, which has become. Bring. I need more red pages, please. Beg.
Okay, got it. They're both crazy. Like the why not both? Okay, well. Vault is located. Island of marker on position. I really need the rest of that. No clue what to do with this yet. Let's go check that other book. It's been a while since I've heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly. I think for some reason, I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world which I have arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? Of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to overwrite. I have yet to ever write in a journal that I have linked to horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hill where I am standing, I can see below, along with a scattered forest. A rather large lake looms some distance where I am standing. Water's blue. air is fresh and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. Absolutely breathtaking. That strange feeling. Perhaps it is the hot breeze that continues to blow from the north. Hotter than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin and I feel quite uncomfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived and the sunset is spectacular. Reds have settled above the horizon. Though night has come, the horizon still glows red long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into the black sky. Again, the feeling, and I am beginning to believe it is not all in my mind. I must sleep now, my strength to explore more tomorrow. I have had to return home due to unpredictable natural occurrence, more frightening than I have ever experienced. I was awakened by terrible shakings in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a mist linking book with me when I return, in case the one left there has been destroyed or damaged. I have returned to a different world than the one I left only 3 months ago. It has been transformed into a barren desert land with only gigantic craters scattered across the. And to provide variety, strangely enough. Oh, land. Provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grassy hill where I spent my first night remains exactly the way I found it. Apparently, the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving oasis. It's horrible desolation. The hot wind I remember has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which is at least one. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw on my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rock that grows out of the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow through my ears, and I have found where a few of them originate. It seems, as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing, sweating. The heat was so intense that I immediately dipped my head in a nearby stream to cool down. The hot breezes had returned, along with the low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting up from the earth. Suddenly the ground began to crack and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. Then the tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I have decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it opened up a whole new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that has been created. I have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I feel like a diagram or something. Even as the chasm has ripped apart comfortably hot, I found it impossible to in the chasm that had been created and now explored. Also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through. chasm wall. Its age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should leave again and see if they are different when I return. It's also important that I check on Cirrus and Akano and make sure everything is going along well. When I return, I also hope to bring back some. There's a missing abundance of raw materials. Some complex tools I know I would. I assumed I would have to return for more basic materials. However, it seems as though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I've also found titanium naturally. I am all the more excited to be set and tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I'll be able to have most of my addition. I so love working with my hands, with writing or building. Well, I am leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Akanar. Left them in Candlewood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. Here set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust. The tremors have become few. Notice that a large amount. This journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes in other journals. I do not understand many mysteries of this world. The rest I will discover logical answers. I have the feeling that many of my questions. I hope to travel soon. Now I must simply accept this world's mysteries. Pride. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that I would. These are two books I found the blue book right before I left for the other age, but this one I didn't know. Before arriving in this age, I determined that a journey to a world very different from the previous adventures, and the sky here is dark and gray, and in days flashes of lightning in the and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble. Story of this world's history years ago. Beautiful city rose up out of the water, housed many people inside its walls, and people, everything they surrounded. Rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large, most expecting visitors arrived from the east, traveling. Time passed, friendly of an enemy that is to be fearful happened. One day, the sunny sky became dark as night. Black ships, lookout posts' attempts at peace were turned away. Sentries there were eating havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone. After the foundation of the city was destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post. Black ships sailed away. Man continued to say that 8 people survived through the 9 years since the attack. 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long. Decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save civilization and stop the kind of destruction. I'm excited about the adventures that await me. An idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these. I met the remaining survivors today and have begun work on a plan for protection. I have a sneaking suspicion that the only part of that diagram that is actually relevant is right here. Like, there's 2 mechanisms that I'm going to have to turn and to get them to line up so I can get out whatever's in there. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me. They are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes. It is already obvious to me that they will. I don't. Am I mispronouncing that word? Is that a. Do I not just understand that word? Or is that just the name of an age? I guess I'll find out. Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, since they have been in the past. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building up upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. Good night, sir. Sleep well. I'm not gonna be much further. Building upon the old city's ruins. My son has. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are. I'm very pleased with their intelligence. Their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on small projects of their own. I'm glad you had a good time. Thanks for stopping by. Over 4 months now, my construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky here were more like the blue sky and mist. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready upon when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his six months of work, and I have finally finished the fortress. It rests between 3 hills, which are now only islands due to the rising water level that they experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of technology called holography. I began experimenting with on my past premiere. It'll be working in a couple of days after I compensate all miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use. Not a dick. Enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. Okay. So the gear house, we're gonna rotate fortress. Get to each of the little black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped. It appears they have turned away and defeated. Not help but smile as I watched them sleep. Last night we had a small celebration and the old survivors danced their. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original. Storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that the blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had I have had a healthy adventure and have begun on a new book. Again, I must leave. Familiar age in search of a new course. First, I will have an extended time with Catherine, I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the tide. Travels found that will ease the pain of their bone ailments they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident I feel a heavier darkness. Stone Ship Age. Oh, these books are all okay. Okay. Rhyme, I have named it a desolate age with a beauty. It's quite different than I expected or imagined. The intricate feathers of ice that fall from the sky are awe inspiring. I feel as though I could sit and watch, and though it is cold here, like I have never experienced before, I find myself enjoying the temperature like any other place I have ever seen. Perhaps the oddest thing is the silence. Although the wind blows on occasion, when it ceases, there is a suffocating silence that falls on this, broken only by the distant cries of unseen creatures. I have visited 3 times and am sure now that this age will provide the environment I need. I believe the cold temperature is necessary for obtaining the correct resonance. Examining the structure of the books is ever more perplexing, but I am driven onward by my need to understand. The great tree of possibilities can never be grasped, but I must at least try to find a branch. On the subject of enlightenment, I would also like to find the cause of the mysterious lights that shine on the darkness here. Though I never assumed that I would be able to build especially fast here, the speed at which I am progressing is somewhat disappointing. I do think I will bring Cirrus and Akanar, as well as some of the drums. Akanar chose to stay with Catherine, but Cirrus was rather excited to come. He spent the last few days here, helping me with the beginning phases of construction. He too seems to enjoy the ice and cold weather. He is intrigued with the crystals that we have brought with us. Big help, as have others, and I hope to be able to begin my experiments here soon. Tonight, Cirrus and I found a wondrous spot to view the lights, although it seems they decided to hide from us. After sitting in the cold winds for over 2 hours, we saw nothing. Rather disappointing. Cirrus will return to Myst tomorrow. He has been a tremendous aid to me, and I am thankful for his willingness to help. The hard part of the construction is over, though I have decided after tonight that I would like to add some kind of observation post. I won't be finished as soon as I had hoped, although I'm fairly certain it will be worth the delay in the long run. I have decided to take a break from the construction now that the tunnel is almost complete. I have been able to set up a temporary space where the crystals will not be stimulated. I am quite convinced that with the right diffraction resonance, certain properties of the ink can be simulated. Catherine still finds it absurd and thinks that I am crazy to assume I will be able to view ages with stones. But her unusual pessimism has not convinced me to stop trying. I came too close to success on Everdune. I am fairly certain now that temperature indeed does have an effect on the crystals, but I have realized that temperature alone is not enough. Cold dampens some of the sympathetic harmonics, but a more active suppressor is necessary. I have acquired some geodes with a pure protected crystal in it. Thin slices of the geodes below each crystal provides a stabilizing effect and amplified the clean slightly. After quite a bit of experimentation with shapes, colors, I was able to capture a blurry image within a book. Though the link would never work. There was clearly an age on the other side. I can hardly wait to return to tell Catherine. I feel like I should finish the shaft my observation post while I have the machine. Perhaps tomorrow morning. The lights were beautiful again last night. They had not shown themselves for so long that I had almost forgotten their beauty. Still must find the cause. I'm feeling rather overwhelmed with what remains to be done. Crystals have not been perfected, the shaft is not finished, nor is the observation post or even lab. I have not seen Catherine for some time, and I long to spend more time with Akinar and Cirrus. Besides all of that, there are far away, back of my mind, the thoughts of my people and our lost city. I dreamt of them again last night. I have only seen the city in its worst condition, and still it's overwhelming. Even now, I realize how majestic it must have been before the destruction caused by Diovis and Garrus. It amazes and saddens me. Fairly certain that Denai not dead, as my father believed. I am convinced that there must be some who managed to escape the destruction and even now continue to survive in separate ages. Within me is an urging to chance to return to Denai to find these survivors and properly rebuild our city. However, I can do nothing until I am certain of the fate of my father. My plan failed if I missed a single book when I was attempting to trap him on Riven. Hey, that's the name of the sequel. Then he has been free all along. If that is true, then all that stands between him and the ages I have now written deny to Myst. I wish. Much as I wish to return to Deny without knowing the state of my father, I cannot risk establishing that link. I must observe my father without re-establishing that link. It's taken several years, many dead ends, but I have partially succeeded. I have managed to view another age using the crystals. It is only a matter of time until I view. At least I hope. Catherine will have her ideas about all of these things, and I miss her greatly. I shall return to rhyme after when my mind has. It says 4. Yeah, I think it is about time to call it. So, I think we're gonna call it there. Um, this has been intriguing. That compass puzzle, man. I liked it though. I like it though. I'm definitely gonna keep playing this and maybe finish the franchise out. I'd like to. I've had them all for years. But anyhow, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. I'll probably be back tomorrow evening, same time, if you're interested. I hope you all have a good night.